Good morning, everybody. It's beautiful because you say it is. It's beautiful because you say it is. It's a beautiful day today. Good morning. Give you guys all a chance to say hello there, real quick. Good morning. That was Lake Michigan, right before the sunset. Sun setting in the west. We were over here on the east coast. Good morning, everybody. I missed my tea crew. Each and every one of you. Um, Let me show you guys something here. This is what it's like when you're boating. I'll show you guys a little boating incident. There was somebody on one of my IGs said girls fish better than boys. I thought that was an interesting concept. Oh, okay. So when you go fishing, boating of any kind, one of the first things you want to do is make sure your motor's attached correctly. Also, check your drain plug. Okay. These are helpful hints from the boating world. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. No, wrong way. That's Al Capone's house. It's literally the house Al Capone lived in when it was his vacation home away from Chicago. When he wouldn't be hanging out in Chicago, when he would go up to northern Illinois, northern Michigan. This is the house, and it's literally on the beach. It's right behind, right here is the lake. This kind of houses, there's two or three more of them down the block here. But Al Capone lived there. People live there now. Like this really cool couple lives there now, and they were in the back. In the back here, on the back of the house is a deck, and they were out on the deck barbecuing. So that's Al Capone's house in Frankfort, Michigan. And that was his getaway house. Is that cool? Or wait a minute. Okay. Hey, I see. So that was something we saw when we were not fishing. Very quickly, I just saw Rugman. Rugman's name fly by. Rugman, did I get your address on Friday for your win? I don't remember it, and then I got on the road and I was gone for the weekend. So nothing went out in the mail on prizes from Friday. I still have Bill D's. Here, let me change this. Good morning, everybody. Rugman, I still have your prize here from Friday. Billy D, I still have your prize here from Friday. And then let me get started with that. I saw Bill D's name on the list of people. Brock put together 3 names yesterday for another spin for this week. Bill D, I'm going to ask you to give up your spot. I'm gonna look it to you, and I hope you don't feel bad about this. Is it Bill D or is it mine? I take that back. I take it all back. Bill, you're fine. Bill, you're fine. It's Mike Baraball. Excuse me, Mike. I still have your big, gigantic fella to send out. So Mike Baraball and Rugman. I haven't sent your package from Friday. Mike, I have your address. Rugman, I need it again. Okay, that squares everything up from Friday. Okay, we're clear from Friday. Now let's do this. I wasn't going to do a big spin week. We're going to do each week, each day this week. Rugman, that sounds good. Just go ahead and resend that, and we'll be in great shape. Okay. Each day this week, I'm going to do the spin to win. We're going to get 3 people. That way, I'm going to get 5 winners this week instead of at the end of the week, just 1 or 2 or 3. We're going to get 1 per day, 1 biggie per day. So yesterday, Sling Blade, Slingy, I hope you're here, and you can only win once a week. You can only win once a week. Please, please, please. You know, the idea isn't to gather, but the idea is to give. Hello? The idea is to not to gather, but to give. Here we go. You ready? I feel like I'm talking to a wall out there. Sling Blade, you're number 1. Bill D, you're number 2. I'm giving away your prize from yesterday. These are the 3 people that Brock gave a spot to yesterday. Okay? So these are the 3 people, and I'm going to spin and give them their prize right now. Then we're going to get 3 more people for today as the day progresses. Okay? Sling Blade, you're number 1. Bill D, you're number 2. And CCS, you're number 3. So here we go. Slingy. Slingy pulling it in. Good job, Slingy. Sling Blade. From yesterday, you know what I have to give? You know what I put together, Slingy? Is Sling Blade even here? If he's not, we'll find him. If he's not here, we'll find him. Give me 1 second. I gotta go turns. Is Slingy here this morning? It doesn't matter. You don't have to be here to win from yesterday. Give me 1 second. Okay, the prize that's I'm sending Slingy, and I'm gonna put this together. This is what everybody's gonna get this week, each at the end of the day. Okay, this is what you're getting. I'm kind of proud of this. I'm kind of thinking this is a cool prize. Okay, it's a 3-pack. It's a 3-pack. Samplers. Each one weighs a little over 2 grams. I weighed them. Each one weighs just a touch over 2 grams. Somewhere between 2 and maybe 2¼ grams. 3 different strains. 3 different strains. All you have to do is take your scissors. This seal is wide enough. You can take your scissors and cut right down the middle of that seal, and you'll keep the packages will stay intact. So this week, at the end of each day, we're going to give that away. I wonder what the strains are. Do you guys want to help me? Should I label it? You know, Pops doesn't usually label these things. But what happened if you got it and you weren't quite sure what it was? Slingy, there you are. There's my boy. Slingy! It's a 3-pack. Come on, man. This is cool. I'm all excited about it. I sat around this morning making a bunch of these for you guys. Okay? I might have to just initial it. What do you think? So the person that gets it will know what it is, but I'm not going to write the actual strain because we don't need to fly felonies. Maybe we start a number system. Let's do that. Well, number system's not a bad idea, but let's do this. What strain is this? Come on, kids. What strain is this? The bottom one in the sample. What strain do you think that is? They're saying PE, squat, cuneiform, cuneiform. They're saying it's ghost, it's blue, it's squatty, it's PE, it's YT, it's hillbilly. Okay, this one right here is Pop's Ghost. That's ghosty. Okay, so for the ghost, we'll just put a little G right there. Okay, we'll put a G right there. Are we having fun? Come on, this is fun. Are we having fun? Who's gonna win today's bag? This is just yesterday's bag. Okay. What a bunch of goofballs. You know, we're grown adults and we're sitting around. I can't wait to identify that next fruit in the bag. What's wrong with us? What's right with us? I can't wait to wait. Which one is it? I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. Let's do nothing wrong with us, Alan. What's this one? What's the middle one? Nothing wrong. You're right, Iffy. What's the middle strain? Nerdy thinks it's iceberg, but he can't spell it. What's the real name of it? It's not Thrasher. My thrashers are bigger than this. The number idea is a pretty good one. Who's going to come up with the code? The Morse code, the Pop's code. Golden Ghost Iceberg. Jolie Cantor. I'm going to give it to you, Jolie. You're right. Those are the iceberg. This is the new strain that Pops has. They're beautiful. It's funny how they started out so white in the tub, and as they dry, they turn golden on the tops. They look so much alike in the tub, these two. Ghost and Iceberg, they're almost impossible for me to tell apart in the tub, right? So on the iceberg, don't tell anybody. Iceberg. We'll put an IB. We'll put an. What do you think this top one is? What do you think the top one is? What's that top? Look at those. They're all so close looking. What do you think the top one is? I'm going to give you a hint. It's another albino. All three of these are albinos. That's why it was fun to put them together. What do you think this one is? It's not AA. No. No. Sandy, you know your stuff. Sandy's right. That's ape. Look at Haig's. Haig's knows. That's ape. We're going to put an A on that one. Okay? This was fun. So guess what you got going on there? You got an ape. You got an iceberg. So your ape's getting pretty cold. Then it runs into a bunch of ghosts. So you're going to be an ape. Then you get cold. And then you get scared AF. Okay? And like I said, you can cut this like kind of right down the center. Should I do that? Should I make them individual or should I leave them as a pack of 3? Should I cut them? and just deliver three bags, or leave them connected? Give me some feedback. Keep it as it is, because I could easily just fold them up and put them in a box for you, right? Or do I cut them? It's fun to make these. Don't tell anybody. That's Pops' OCD. Holly, I have OCD. Jolie, you would have loved sealing them with me. We have more. So we're going to give another one away today. Thank you, kids. Should I label them or should I send them out? Because you'll know they're all in the same order. Apes are on the top. The iceberg is in the center, and the ghosts are on the bottom. Okay? That's the way we're doing it. Fish story. I don't want to dwell on the negative. Saturday was the negative. Okay? Saturday was the negative. My hair flaring out. That's okay. Saturday, what happened was we get up there Friday evening, get our hotel, beautiful hotel. The grounds were gorgeous. Everything's just great. We're quarter of a mile from the ramp. We swing by. The boat's going to be ready to go Saturday morning. We get to the dock at 5 o'clock like we're supposed to. And the American flag that's on a flagpole at the dock is whipping in the wind. It's whipping. You can hear it almost snapping. The fleet there's probably about 30 or 40 charter captains that go out of that marina. None of them are going to go out. First thing you do when you wake up when you go fishing, oh, thank goodness it's not raining. So we thought it was going to be no problem because it wasn't raining. I personally didn't take into consideration the wind. I didn't. I don't know that we really thought of that, except Jeff. Anyways, the wind on Friday night had blown so hard and so long across the lake, over 25 miles an hour, they said, that it had whipped all the waves up and everything. And then early in the morning on Saturday morning, the wind changed direction completely, but the same speed. And now the wind's going crossways to the way it had been going the day before. And they said it's nothing but once you get out of the harbor here, it's a wash tub out there. You're literally driving out into a wash tub. And most of the captains they just canceled their charters. So there were a lot of disappointed guys in the parking lot. A lot of guys heading over to, I guess there's a bar that opens up at 6 o'clock in the morning and they serve those. What's that tomato drink that you drink in the morning? Oh, seriously, what's the tomato drink that you drink in the morning? I forget, honestly, because I don't drink like that. The Bloody Mary. The Bloody Mary. Thank you, guys. So they were going to go Bloody Mary, and then like Kevin, our best pal Kevin, he wanted to shoot everybody. God, Kevin was pissed. And what they did was they sent one boat out of the fleet. They picked one guy volunteered. He goes, I'll go out and see what the conditions are like, and I'll radio back and let you guys know. So for about an hour, we're all hanging around in the parking lot and at the dock and mishmash and waiting for this guy to get a report back to the other captains in the fleet to tell them what the conditions are like out there. The guy came back green. This guy goes, don't come out here, forget about it. So that was it. Lake Michigan blew us off. We got one hell of a blowjob from Lake Michigan Saturday morning. So what we decided to do after that was drop Kevin off at an Oriental massage, just to get him relaxed. It was important to Kevin needed to relax. Okay, so they do. Anyways, now you got a bunch of grown men. What are you going to do all day? Let's go sightseeing. Let's hike. Let's, damn it, we want to fish. So now we're driving around looking at everybody, trying to find something. Anyways, Kevin didn't want a happy ending. He didn't care about that. Kevin wanted to fish. That's all Kevin gets. I mean, I love Kevin. And I can talk about him because we do. One hell of a fisherman. And it takes it. This is what he lives for. And don't forget, he's the one that plans the trip, puts it all together. He drives us. He has the hookup at the hotel. You know, this is his annual thing. They're smart though, because we plan it where we have a charter set for Saturday morning and a charter set for Sunday morning. Just in case one of the 2 days doesn't work out, you at least got to fish. This one really messes you up. The last 2 years that we've gone, we've gotten rained out on Sunday. We fished Saturday, but then when you'd wake up on Sunday morning, it's pouring rain, and it's like, no. Well, guess what? You can check out of your hotel and go home Sunday morning, and you're home early. When it happened in reverse this time, it really messes your day up, because here's what happened. We're supposed to have caught our fish on Saturday. For dinner Saturday night, we're going to have a fish barbecue. Kevin's got all the goods. He's got a cooler full of everything. There's a barbecue at the hotel. We're going to barbecue. If you're going to miss one of the 2 days, you want to miss Sunday. On Saturday, if you miss Saturday and you got to hang around town, there's nothing to do there. Period. End of story. You got to go stare at a river, watch other people have fun tubing, and you miss dinner. So now it's into town for dinner, and there's a little bit of a tourist area. Guess what you got to do? You got to wait in line for dinner now. Steak dinner was okay. Woke up Sunday morning, a day from nature. An absolutely beautiful, phenomenal, great day. Pop's stomach wasn't feeling great, but I had really like, the other guys were drinking a few beers, and I'm like, I'm not going to drink. I don't want to have an upset stomach. I have no problem with seasickness whatsoever, never have. Lived on boats. So seasickness wasn't an issue, but I did have a bad stomach in the morning. But I'm not going to tell anybody. We get out there, and on the way there, who did you guys think? Okay, there's 5 guys in our group, right? Let's look at that. I want to show you guys. Do you guys want to hear this story? Do you guys want to hear the rest of the story? Or should I move on to something else? I'm not joking. Some of you guys are like, can we just talk about mushrooms, please? Fish story. This is the biggest fish story of the year, okay? Because this is the one we go away for. This is the one where Kevin almost killed himself. Let's get this picture. Okay. So this is our marina, right? This is the group that went. I want a better picture of Kevin, not shining on him. Okay. So this is Wes. That's Jeff's younger brother. Great, great guy, real pal. Gotten to know him over the past 3 years, and he's as good a guy as Jeff. There's Captain Jeff. And then if you couldn't tell, you can tell. That's Jeff's son, Caleb. So Caleb comes every year. This is sort of a father-son bond thing they do every year, because every year, for years and years now, Jeff has taken Caleb on this charter trip as one of Caleb's birthday presents, and they get to hang out together for the weekend. Okay? Then, of course, you guys can tell the coolest guy in the group, Kevin. Right? So we went out Sunday morning, and I'm going to tell you that this fish right here, this one, probably this one right here. No, this one. Either one of those two center ones. The slightly lighter one in weight, Pop's caught. I caught the second biggest. I'll tell you the story. Jeff caught the biggest. Okay? Oh, that's nothing. Wait till a couple more ideas here. Wait. Oh, they were nice fish. We did really, really well this year, Jolie. Actually, the harvest of these fish was last year. They weren't quite as big as this year. Okay. So on the way there, okay, there's 5 guys, and the way it works is the charter guy has about 8 lines out off of his boat, and he has it set to where there's different lures out. Say, let's say this is this is the top of the water, and this is the bottom. He has lures out at different depths, like 50 feet down, 80 feet down, 120 feet down, and different distances out from the boat. The different depths in the fisherman world, they call it a water column. That's your water column. So there's different lures coming out of the back of the boat at different depths. And he's decided, the fisherman, the charter captain already knows the fish are hitting it about 120 feet. So he has a way to get puts his lures on what they call a cannonball. He's able to measure to get his cannonball down to about 120 feet. It's got a lure attached to it, and it goes out off of the back of it. And he knows that his lure's at about 120 feet. And then if, they're catching it about 80 feet, he can move it up, he can move it down. And he has about 8 of these at different heights and different levels out behind, and different colored lures out arrayed like an antenna thing out behind his boat. And now we're fishing, because you're never sure until each day which of those combinations, height, water column, depth, color, speed, all of these things make a difference, and it makes a difference each day. You don't know if the fish is going to hit on that color that day or this type of lure that day. So he does this. He has his morning array out, and a good, a great charter guy, within half an hour or so, he knows what the combo of the day is going to be. Plus, don't think they're not talking on the radio to each other and sharing some information among the fleet captains. Our charter captain, the guy that we go out with, is considered probably the best captain in the fleet. He's the guy everybody looks up to, all the other captains. He's probably been doing it the longest, and he has the best results. Other guys will come in, they have stuff. He comes in, his will be twice as big. And that's, of course, why Jeff and Kevin found this guy years and years and years ago, and they keep going out with the same captain every year. And it's funny because Captain Steve of the boat, you could tell he really likes Jeff. He just really, likes Kevin too, because he teases the hell out of Kevin. And me, he's not sure. Anyways, great guy. And I know, Sandy, who doesn't, he lets Jeff drive the boat, not lets. Like, Jeff's driving the boat while the captain's doing stuff. The captain's like, thank God I got a second captain on the boat. He takes advantage of it. Next thing you know, Jeff's putting all his gear away and stuff like that. And it's like, they're talking captain language back and forth. It's so cool, and it's a compliment. Like, this guy, hey, Jeff, would you watch the front of the boat real quick? And he's at the back taking care of stuff. It's really neat. I'm telling you, Jeff shouldn't get a discount. What he should do is he should be. I keep telling him, bro, come on, let's buy a boat. Like I'll be like your third mate, but we have to get Jeff into the charter business. I'm telling you right now. But anyway, so we're on the way there. So the way it works is we have 8 rods approximately out off of the back of the boat. There's 5 of us that have paid to go on this charter trip. Okay, 5 guys, and the way you work it is, as soon as the line hits and a fish is on, the next person's turn. He goes up to the rail. He gets the rod, and it's up to you to bring that fish in. That's and whatever's at the end of the line, that's what you caught. But it was really the captain had it all set up. But we take turns, each person in line, whatever you're going to catch. Well, think about it mathematically. Who's going to get the most chances? Usually the guy that goes to the rail first. Usually the guy that goes to the rail first will get at least 3 or 4 shots at the rail over the course of one trip of 4 or 5 hours out there. Okay? So you kind of, deep down inside, all 5 of the guys were like, I kind of wish I was first at the rail. Well, last year, the way they did it was they said, oldest to youngest is the way we're going to go. And I'm like, I like that idea. Oldest to youngest, I'm up first. So I got to the rail first last year. This year, how do you think we did it? How do you think we did it this year? Given the fact that somebody almost killed themselves on Saturday, and then we had to drop him off at the Oriella Massage, and he never got a happy ending. How do you think we did it this time? You guys are so cute playing along. You're actually playing along. You're trying to guess. Of course, we let Kevin first. Eggs. Of course. Snap, Of course, you got to let Kevin go first. The grumpiest first. Everyone looks at each other. Kevin's sitting there. He gets on the boat. He goes, okay, let's flip to see who goes first. And we all look at him and go, you're going first, bro. We already decided. He's like, really? Yeah, get up to the rail, bro. Okay. Yeah, it was a true story. So Kevin's like beaming. He was like, yay. Because youngest to oldest or oldest to youngest, Kevin's neither. He's right in the middle. Okay. And then leg wrestle him right there on the boat, right, Bill? Okay, so. Okay, so nurse, that's a terrible story. Okay, stop it. Don't tell us that one. Anyways, Kevin, we've all voted Kevin, and we surprised him with it. And on the boat, he's all pumped and happy. So that's what, in the bro code that I've been reading to you guys, that's what bros do. All right? That's part of the bro code. So here's the worst part about it. The worst. So what happens sometimes, you can imagine it, there's 8 lines out. One line goes off, zzz, and everybody, your adrenaline starts bumping, and you jump, and Kevin goes to the back of the boat and he gets that rod. Well, within a couple of minutes, zzz, another one goes off. The next up was going to be Jeff. Was it Jeff or? No, Caleb. The next one up is going to be Caleb. Zzz, anyways, now we're on a double, which is really cool. When you have 2 rods and 2 guys fighting their fish at the same time, you're like, oh, we're on a double. This is great. Wait for it. Zzz, we're on a triple. Zzz. At one time during the morning yesterday, early, triple, which I had never been on. We've done that on a little boat with walleye before, but I've never seen it. I've never done that so far in my salmon fishing. So at one point we had a triple, all three of them in. Here's another time. Two rods have gone off at the same time. Jeff's and Kevin's. Jeff and Kevin get up to the line. They're both fighting their fish. Well, Kevin's is coming in pretty easy. He's thinking, and he even tells us, yeah, it's not going to be that big. But Kevin's bringing his in. Now, mind you, it takes a while because his line is probably a good 300, 400 feet out. Just spooled, the line. He's bringing it in patiently, bringing it in patiently, bringing it in patiently. Jeff has a monster, the one that I showed you, the biggest one we caught. It weighed about 22 and a half pounds, by the way, which we were surprised. We thought it would be heavier. It looks heavier, but still, 22 and a half pound salmon's a hell of a nice fish. At the same time, Jeff has his 22 and a halfer on. Kevin brings up. Did I show it to you? I should show it to you. Some of you have seen it. Of course, it had to happen to Kevin. 1 second. Jeff's on. Wait a minute. No. It's not that one. 1 second. Okay. So Jeff's just got his pole. Okay. And Kevin's on. So now we think we got a double. All right. Jeff's is taking off on him a little bit.
Jeff has one the same time Kevin does.
Okay, you guys got to wait for it. This is the captain's mate, this guy right here. That's Jeff's brother. Now, once you get close, the mate goes over with his net and he helps bring in, he nets the fish for you. Okay, here comes Kevin. Get the net ready, man. Get the net ready for that monster. So you back up so they can just sort of hand line it up to the net. Okay. Jeff's still working his. Jeff's still working his the whole time. Meanwhile, Kevin's just patiently bringing his big monster in. Kevin caught a ball. Kevin, one of his turns at the rail, snagged off of the bottom. He had one of his lures running very close to the bottom, the captain did, and that weight line the loop must have been floating a little above the bottom of the lake, and his lure came along and snagged that. It was like an old 2-pound lead weight in the shape of a ball, which is how they use them out there. that somebody had lost off of the back of their boat. Well, we Captain Steve decided that Kevin now gets a new nickname based off of the because he knew how frustrated Kevin was from the day before, from the day before when we didn't go fishing because Kevin was so frustrated, and we lied to Captain Steve. Okay, we lied. It was a one in a million eggs. You will never catch that in a million. So I said it was a lotto catch. Okay, and for all people of having to catch it, Kevin, like he's already been screwed over this one of his turns at the rail. You get the whammy. You get the zonk. Why Kevin got zonked of all of us, I'll never know. It was so unfair. Like Pop should have got the zonk, or Caleb, or someone else get zonked. Okay, you don't zonk Captain. Right now, nature zonked Kevin. Like, I'm gonna zonk this guy. And then we had lied to Captain Steve. We had told him, oh yeah, Kevin was so upset yesterday that we took him. This is all a lie. We took him and we dropped him off at the Oriental massage place in town. And Steve's like, oh, really? And he goes, oh, you mean that one where Nancy works? Oh, Steve knew all about the place. All right. And so nobody could tell Steve, Captain Steve, no, not really. No, we didn't really drop him off. So now Captain Steve still has it in his mind that Kevin was really frustrated yesterday and his bros dropped him off at the massage parlor. So he tells Kevin, he goes, I'm sorry, Kevin, I think you got a new nickname. He goes, I think your name is Blue Balls now. Once he got that thing. For the rest of the trip, Captain Steve and the mate, now Kevin Blue Balls. Okay, that's whenever Kevin gets frustrated or finds out that nature isn't going to help him out much. Kevin would never go in a massage parlor in a million years, you guys. You don't even know the guy. He wouldn't be so honest and sincere and like uptight. He wouldn't go in one of those places in a million years. Okay. Oh, Captain, I'm not kidding you. For the rest of the trip, he just rode Kevin. Right? He had some, but it was in a good way, and they really do like each other. I'm telling you, we had so much fun. And we wouldn't have had as much fun if Kevin had like been so frustrated the day before. Okay. Bros, don't let bros get too uppity. Anyways, that was the best part of the trip. That Kevin gets zonked by nature after when we even tried to give him an extra trip to the rail and everything. Kev, you started out and it's like, Kev, I think this trip just really wasn't for you, bro. Okay. Anyways, Pop's caught a hell of a nice fish. But I wasn't feeling great, so I didn't keep fishing too much more. But I just enjoyed the hell out of the trip with these guys. Everybody did. Now, here's the thing that happened that nobody'd ever seen before. I hadn't, and I don't know that anybody really had. Wes is Jeff's brother. He's bringing a fish in, and this thing is taking it. Oh, that's the problem, Kevin. Kim, Kevin doesn't micro. I wish he would. He'd calm down. Okay? Wes is bringing a fish in. And this thing is taking forever. And we're all like, this has got to be the biggest fish for sure that we're catching out of our group. And the captain's even like, wow, this is quite a fight. This fish is really putting up quite a fight, right? Unfortunately, we didn't get a video of it. They bring, finally, the mate reaches over the edge to net the fish and bring it up because we've got it at the rail. Brings in the net, and what's inside the net? 2 fish. 2 salmon. he had hooked 2 salmon. And he's reeling it in, and there's 2 of them coming along. There was 2 different places where they actually hook on the line, and there's the hook down at the end of the line. He had one, the big one here, and a little one must have been falling or something, and boop, caught. Next thing you know, he's brought in 2 salmon off the same line. It was unbelievable. Steve didn't say, I've never seen that before, but it was pretty mind-boggling. It was like, what? Yeah. And one was the real small one, but the other one was a nice sized fish. So he's out there getting lotto luck from nature, and Kevin is getting a zonk. Altogether, 12 fish in about 4 hours. And it was a fantastic trip. And I'm glad that I had a chance to share pictures with you guys and thank you for letting me retell the story here. The biggest part of telling these kind of stories out loud with everybody is how grateful I am. I'm grateful for my friends, for the bros, the opportunity to get to do this. You never know year to year. You plan and you want to be there, just like our Mush Fests. But boy, am I lucky, man. And boy, are we lucky people. And we have an opportunity to celebrate it like that. Take it. Take a break, get out there, experience these experiences, document them, share them. And, here's the truth. I told you guys last week about friends. This is a group of 5 guys. This is the 3rd year in a row I've gone on a group of 5 guy fishing thing. I'd never done one in my whole life before this. This is the new Pops. This is the guy that changed, and I mean that sincerely, as a result of, excuse me, my, interest in mycology and growing myself spiritually and mentally from where I was. This is one of the side results. Who has a group of 5 guys that they're going to go fishing with like that and can tease the hell out of each other and have an amazing good time and support and care and love and sacrifice and say, you're up first. And, let's drop each other off at the massage parlor. That's just a joke, and it's so healthy, so freaking healthy. And then we have groups just like that in this Mush Fest. Wait till you see this Mush Fest that we're going to have here in October. It's got to find a way to get there. Like boats to the waters are the fishes of our lives. Be quiet, Kim. I'm trying to get serious over here. Okay? What you want to do, B. Hendricks, is you want to foster fellowship. You foster fellowship, and the way you do that is by serving. You bring something to the table to this situation. You're not the taker of the group. How often would you take the guy with you if all he did was take? Here's the number 5 guy. That guy, all he ever does is he's always like taking. Hey, you know who you want to call? Hey, call that guy. You should get the 5th spot? Call that guy who's like, he's righteous. Get that, put the righteous guy in here. You want to be that guy. And here's another guy you'd like to be, Derek Anderson. There's a lot of people on here, you want to be like them. Derek Anderson sent me a nice note. I'm going to read it to you guys. Behind the scenes to my nonprofit organization, and please don't do another thing, Derek. I'm going to send it back. Derek randomly just, boop, donates. I don't know his situation. I don't know. I just know that he's innately tries. He's also kind of new to microdosing. Do you guys have to understand microdosing is about, it's an adult vitamin. You're not supposed to feel vitamins. My niacin vitamin, when I feel it, I've taken too much, and now my skin's on fire. I want just enough to give me the vitamin C that I need. I don't want to feel it. That's not what I want. What I want is to impact me. I want it to release the serotonin. I want it to rebuild neuroconnectors. I want it to increase my goodness and kindness and my awareness, my wokeness to nature. But I don't want to feel it. I'm sorry, I don't want. That's not what I'm doing it for. When you're giving your kids Fred Flintstone vitamins, how many do you give them? Do you say, here, kid, open your hand, and you just pour the whole bottle in? Say, tell me when to stop, Johnny. Is that what you do when you're giving a kid a vitamin? Or are you a judicious dispenser of something you know that's good for your kid? My kid needs a vitamin. Here, you get one Wilma today. You're going to get one, you'll get one Wilma today. That's it. And I know as a parent, my kid's vitamins working while he's in the sandbox. And if it's not Flintstone vitamins, you guys know exactly what I mean. You don't overdose your kids. Yet we overdose ourselves. Or, I don't feel it. Then you're not supposed to be microdosing. If anybody reaches out to me and says, well, I don't feel the micro, then you're not supposed to be doing it. You're doing it for the wrong reason. You're doing it to feel it. Here's the truth. Believe it or not, they're there. It's working. You're just blowing it with set and setting and everything else. You're doing it in such a way that you can't even feel the 2/10 anymore. It's super important what I'm saying here right now. There are many, many appropriate, great times I'm going to do a 2-gram dose. That's what I'm going to do. And I got some work. I'm going to work through something, or I'm going to enjoy the experience, and then I'm going to tap into creativity, or there are. But that's a different thing than when you sit down and say, I'm going to take 3 microdoses today, and I'm pissed because I'm not seeing pink elephants. You don't know what you're doing. You're literally, in my mind, it's practically sacrilegious. Why are you even doing it without figuring it, without getting information first? You want that other situation? That's what our beautiful fruits and things are for. Look at Trip and Vic and said, I stopped microdose, blood pressure's gotten low, stuff like that. A steady, simple microdose is the same thing as an adult vitamin. That's it. And you'd like to get it from a provider that's giving you real stuff that isn't mixed, and you end up with 1/5 of the real stuff mixed with a bunch of who knows what the blends. Derek Anderson. Hello, Pops. I can't thank you enough for how well I'm doing on the capsules. This is not a commercial. I want you to understand I'm not doing a commercial right now. I'm talking about the difference. I am a different human being. I'm going on fishing trips with 4 dudes. I had so much anxiety and lonerism After my mom passed away, I went and lived in the cabin of a boat for a year, almost like living in a closet. And I was okay. I just thought I'm happy living in my closet, stare out the window of the boat, see me. Woo! Nowhere close to even in touch with who I could be still. Virtually imploding as a human being. So I'm preaching to the choir. I can't thank you enough for how well I'm doing on the capsules. I can't feel what's happening, but I can see it. And that's more important, I think. I just told you before I started this, Derek Anderson seems to get it. Derek Anderson seems to get it. I can't feel it, but I can see it. Does anybody get the difference? I can say I feel better, but when I see I'm doing better, that's so good. I take one in the morning and then another in the evening. I have some new vapes to share. I sent one to Brock. Oh, he sent a thing to Brock, all right. Wait for this. They're an unintentional collaboration with someone else from the group. I shared and they shared back, even though I nicely asked not. I want to send a few to Sandman so maybe he can have them in his raffles for the Mush Fest. I'll be reaching out to him soon. If next time I win and there's no capsules in it, you think maybe you could swap out a few or throw in a few capsules? They work the best. Hope you have an amazing fishing trip. Much love, Derek. He sent to Brock the most unique thing I've ever seen. It's a vape pen. But it's this certain kind, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Just out of the blue, boop, box in the mail. There's this new age, I've never seen it before. Reach out to him and find out what I'm talking about. Vape pen. I'm like, that's really cool. Brock's showing it to me. Oh, no, wait till you see it. You have a little bottle of this oil-looking stuff. This little bottle of this oily-looking stuff. And there's a little port in the vape pen. And you take this bottle of oily-looking stuff and you pour it into the vape battery pen, etc. And he goes, oh, Pops, you're not going to believe this. I go, what? And he goes, this little bottle, this was from Brock. He goes, this little bottle of stuff came from Clean Grow. Cleanie's making it. Cleanie and Derek Anderson are collaborating. Cleanie's making this oily stuff. Derek's got this penny thing. I almost started to cry. I have to get that pen and show it to you. Maybe I'll have it on. I almost started to cry because guess what that was that he was talking about? T-Crew. Collaborating. Sharing. Connecting. Increasing. Brock showed it to you, you go, okay. Multiplying. Asking nothing from one another. Giving to Brock for nothing. It goes on and on and on when we want it to. It's up to us. We're good enough to keep that kind of thing going, though, right? We're good enough to keep this going. We're good enough to take each other's names and numbers here and grow each other. Working together works a lot better than working alone. I found out I had to bring some people into the mix, train them, trust them, and watch them grow. Let's get our giveaway for today. Tomorrow we'll be in the lab. Tomorrow I'll have it all set up, so there's no excuses. I wanted to just talk with my friends today and tell you how much I loved you. I missed you this weekend. I wanted to really tease Kevin for the final time of the year about that trip. We had a great one. Couldn't have had a better time. Yeah, I have a couple of really neat rando factos, but we'll do those tomorrow. Let's do a giveaway, all right? The way I want to do this today is I want to get 3 people's names real quick, and then we're going to spin. So, first giveaway, the first person to qualify, it's going to be true or false. True or false, okay? I'm going to say 3 statements. You're going to tell me if they're true or they're false, all at one time on one line. You'll tell me what the letters, T or an F, and then we will, excuse me. Okay. True or false? Here we go. Sandman, is that true or not? And we've worked with some other groups in the past. I've worked with a lot of church groups. Church group X and church group Y and church group Z. Get out of here. Number 1 question, or number 1 statement. Route 66 is a dream route for hikers. True or false? Second statement. The Great Wall of China is the longest man-made structure in the world. True or false? And third statement. The names of 15 U.S. states begin with the letter V. Go. Let's see what your answers are. I've got the first 3. You guys, that was awfully easy, right? Healthy Green, you're number 1. Roy Coates, you're going to be number 2. And I Losty, you're going to be number 3. Healthy, Roy, and I Losty. The answers were false, true, false. Route 66 is not a dream route for hikers. The Great Wall of China is the longest man-made structure in the world. And false, the names of 15 U.S. states is false. U.S. states of V is false. So I have Healthy Green, Roy, and I Losty. Okay? Here we go. Healthy, number 1. Roy, number 2. And I Losty, number 3. Here we go. Tomorrow I'll get a little, we'll play a few more games to get more people's names, but this will do for today. Okay? I Losty. We're going to be sending you a pack. Fantastic. I'm going to label it right now here. We're going to say there are going to be some ghosts in there. There's going to be some iceberg in there. And there's going to be some ape in there. Look at that business. Huh? That's your ape. That's your iceberg. And that's your ghosts. I have more of these for this rest of this week. Get excited because I have more of these for the rest of this week. If you didn't win one today, you still have a really good chance of winning one later this week. What if I do individual packages too instead of triples? What if I give a couple of individual packages away while we're at it? Huh? Somebody say, Pops, give away a couple of individual packages individually here and there. And I will. Give me about 5 people say individualize and pactualize. Okay? Solo rollers. We're going to try that. We'll do, what's it take for me? I just cut it. It's now it's individual. Okay? Peace. Love each other. Love yourself. Be kind. Give. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Same much time, same much channel. And tomorrow, we're going to be spending some time in the lab. So bring your lab coats and bring your rubber gloves and some ISO spray. Okay? You'll ISO spray the screen, and that'll help keep what I'm going to show you clean. So you're going to want to ISO spray the screen of your phone or whatever you're using to watch us. And I want you to be wearing rubber gloves so I don't want you guys to be the reason for the contamination. Okay? So if you can bring your ISO spray and your rubber gloves tomorrow, we won't have any contamination. Okay? So see you guys tomorrow. Same much time, same much channel. Pops, peace, love, goodness, and kindness out. Mike Barabal and Billy D and Choop and Doop Choop. Great artwork. Thank you. It's really fun to post. Mike and Mark Z and Nerdy and Holly. Be spray ready, Holly. Saturn douse thou self. Sandman, Grady, Alan, Mike, Eggs. Snap. See you tomorrow, bro. Herbie Von Werby Kebab, Mike, Rugman. What strain was the monster fruit away? That was a squat. That was squat, Rugman. Holly and Kimberly and Moms and Douglas and Wes and Nipper and Harry K and Saska Mojo and Ego and Jolie. Hi, Jolie. And Hager Bumpin. Holly and Feifei. And Feifei and Fifi. And Shy. There you are, Shy. Don't be introverted. Jesus Christ in Australia. Anthony Hunt, B. Hendricks, Niffer Mama, Holly M. I lost you, Benny Ben, Gorgoruga. That sounds like a monster. Jesus, Jimmy Key. I lost Douglas Edward. Anthony Hunt found Jesus Christ and Mike Barabal. Paige went flying wing with Rugman all around Mushmouth. Jimmy Key brought up the back penny pack with Mike Barabal and Curly Fry. D. Anderson was Jonathan K. and up a Trippin' Vic. And then what happened? Jesus Christ saw Douglas Edward. Pops. Peace. Ouch.